afternoon, folks. So, kind of sitting a little bit on my floor here because I'm kind of tired of it always being so difficult to see my face on these vids. So, sorry about that. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, also known as the Lady Autist. Oh, here we go. A little better. Alright. So, folks, what this is gonna be about is strangely, I think it's a troll tactic I've covered a little bit, but not really in a whole lot of depth. Sorry, trying to get comfortable floor. So what we're going to be talking a little bit about today is basically it's taking the bullying tactics straight to the schoolyard. You know what I'm talking about. When the tactics are clear as day, they're not even hiding what they're doing. This is when we are bringing things in like name calling, talking bad about your intelligence, if you have a typo, if you are a DV survivor, or depending on the community, like in a disability community where they call you a liar if you don't immediately show the papers of your diagnosis, it's similar things like that. When they call you a liar, call you names, all because you don't accept their narrative. Now, this is a tactic a lot of folks default to when, just like in school, the other tactics don't work and they're not convincing you over to your side, silencing you, or making you go away. They go back to the schoolyard bully behavior, starting to call your names, trying to gather in like trolls so it can be kind of a bully circle until, you know, like you did when you were 5, will cry and run away. Now, some folks just do it for a little bit of their perverse idea of fun. Other times, this type of bullying, if it doesn't have the desired effect, can double down and get dangerous. But really, it's a sign you've got them on the ropes. When people degenerate from, well, I can't debate this person because I don't have the facts, so I'm going to try this tactic, that tactic, this tactic, and all of it's not working, they then default to the behavior that is probably most common to them in real life, which is, for lack of a better descriptor, going straight on to the mean girls tactic of just calling names, downing you on your looks, downing you on your intelligence, downing you on any little bit of information you have let slip about yourself. And by so doing, gathering in all the other bullies. If you remember from school, at least it was so in the 90s, where they kind of semicircle you and just kind of chant out insults at you to make you cry. It's very similar behavior. What all these people seem to forget, though, is that a good majority of us are not children. And we see through the behavior. And like we were told when we were children, what we do in these cases is we will go and report such behavior to someone. And that way we don't have to put up with the harassing type of behavior. Now, this type of tactic really doesn't do anything for them other than getting us to go away for 5 minutes, long enough in order for us to go ahead and report them. So I'm unsure why they have started to rely on it so much. As far as defense against it, it's simple. Do what you're already doing. Just simply report the behavior, let others know so that they know to block this person, or if they come back up after being suspended, make sure that they will continue to report that abusive behavior. Now, that being said, what I find highly interesting when they resort to these tactics is, I do think, actually, now that I think about it, they are trying to get a response. They either want you to be the young you that cries and runs away, or they want you to get angry, sink to their level, and start hitting them back in kind. Because if you hit back in kind, more often than not, social media is going to take their side, and they're going to report you and get you suspended, banned, what have you. So, you remember in school when they just kind of told you to ignore it? Not necessarily the best tactic, nor is it the best tactic to go and sucker punch them in the face in a social media sort of way, because they'll use that against you too. Expose, report, block. Now, I know these suckers like to pop up like freaking cockroaches and start making multiple accounts. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. We can only continue to report and block. But we don't have to jump in and start hitting back with similar behavior. We don't have to give them what they want. We can be the adults while they continue to live in the schoolyard. Well, that is kind of all I had for this afternoon. I wanted to get this out here because it's actually tonight that Rob's Rules with Gary on there is going to be on. They are going to be talking a little bit about what's going on, the sad thing in regards to Truthy Magoo, and a few other things regarding the JDAH case. They should have more information on that. Now, since I'm talking about schoolyard bullying, one of the most notorious communities that gets slammed with that type of behavior is basically the entirety of the disability community on the internet, whether it's mainstream media, social media, or Hollywood. So as always, I'm going to make sure to leave the petition in the description to stop the mocking of disabled people and people with mental issues by the mainstream media, by social media especially, as well as Hollywood. I point a big finger at social media because it is so much under monitored, the kinds of things that are being said to disabled people online. People get reported, nothing is done. More often than not, if we do get somebody suspended temporarily for harassing, hateful behavior, they just do what they do in the JD community. They just keep popping up like cockroaches. Things have got to be monitored better. There's got to be tighter rules in regards to hate speech towards others, regardless of whatever cause you're on. Alright, folks. Sorry for harping on that, but please sign the petition, share it. You have no idea how important it is. And that's all we got. I do want to thank you for your time today and for bearing with me through my usual babble. Now, we don't get many views on this channel, and the few that we do get do tend to be removed by YouTube. So if you could, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and don't forget to hit the comments. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.